Assassin's Creed zapowiedziany nowy. Nieźle, nieźle, nieźle. Nie oglądałem tego na żywo, obejrzymy se. To ma 400 000 wyświetleń w 2 godziny? Ale Ubisoft ma mimo wszystko stary moc nadal, jak ludzie po prostu czekali na coś od Ubisoftu. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. Okej. World Reveal. Ładnie wygląda jak na razie. Kurwa, bardzo to ładnie wygląda. I jakie kolory zajebiste.
So let the black flag signal nothing but your allegiance to man's natural freedoms.
To asetyk tego, nie? Wreszcie mogą wykorzystać z Skull and Bones. Ej, kurwa, przecież to jest stary ładny twarz bardzo. Nie, w ogóle jestem... Ja jestem teraz zajarany, bo jestem świeżo po obejrzeniu trylogii Piratów z Karaibów, nie? Jezu, to jest fenomenalne. Dobra, co Ubisoft tyle zrobi tutaj? Kurwa, to bardzo ładnie wygląda. U kogo oni to outsourcowali? Bo to na pewno nie zrobił tego Ubisoft. Stary, patrz jakie to są w ogóle refleksy. Jaka to jest jakoś kurwa tekstur, siatek na tym.
We take as we please and become who we like.
But that look ain't you. It's not who
To jest
you are.
dostępny trailer.
Who am I then?
You're a wonder, Kenway. You've a
Ja
knack for
pierdolę,
this
ty.
kind of work.
Chuj dobrze wygląda.
It ain't work if you love it.
Okej. Nie no, wąsy znowu
Hey,
handluje
everyone.
pozytywnymi
I
emocjami.
have to say it is so good to be here. I played Edward Kenway
Myślę,
more
tylko
than a decade
zastanawiam,
ago, and you know, he's one of those characters
czemu,
that never
czemu
really
akurat
leaves
Black
you.
Flag? Czemu nie
Over
dwójka?
the past months, we know that you've been waiting, or we know that you've heard things. And today, it is finally time to share with you what we've been working on. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced is a faithful remake of one of the most beloved Assassin's Creed games. It's totally rebuilt from the ground up with the latest version of the
That's full
Anvil
remake,
engine
okay.
and enriched with lots of new
I
additions.
Anvil Engine. To nie jest
Resynchronization
Resident.
with Edward's journey and
Jaki
memories.
Resident? To nie
The same
jest...
story, the same man, but
Jezu.
elevated
Unreal.
to a new level of immersion and realism to bring you one of the most thrilling swashbuckling pirate adventures. And I'm happy to say, Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced will be released on July 9th, 2026. Today,
Za
guys, you are
półtorej
getting the real
miesiąca?
deal. The first ever look at gameplay.
First
Everything that's
ever!
been rebuilt, reimagined, and some behind-the-scenes stories. But enough of my talking, yeah? Let's just jump right in.
Nieźle.
Hello, pirates. Matt Ryan here,
Ser,
the
to ma
voice
świetnie
of
kolory
Edward
dobrane.
Kenway.
To jest bardzo ładnie
And this
kontrastowe.
is Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. 13 years after the original, this remake brings the classic
Kurwa mać. Stary, ale wiesz to... Zwróćcie uwagę na jedną rzecz. To nie jest tak, że oni wzięli i sobie upscalowali tekstury. Nie, to jest przebudowany model stary od zera. Patrz, on ma dłuższe stare belki, on ma dodatkową siatkę gdzieś, wiesz, tutaj wyrzuconą na tych spojeniach. Ubisoft potrafi zrobić coś porządnie, jak trzeba. Ciekawy jestem, czy nie wzięli wszystkie modele, wyeksportowali i serio wymodelowali na nowo, bo to... No okej, to jest ten sam kształt, ale to jest wymodelowane na nowo. Na pewno bazowali na tym starym, ale no wszystko tutaj jest po prostu zupgrade'owane. Wszystko. I nawet ta mgła się odpowiednio buduje. Zobacz, że nie masz mleka po prostu, jak patrzysz po jakiejś konkretnej odległości. Nie, tutaj w tym miejscu jeszcze widzisz w pełnej rozdzielczości. Znaczy, level of detail jest na pewno jakiś zmniejszony, ale wygląda jakby to była pełna rozdzielczość i pełna ostrość. I dopiero za tym budynkiem buduje się mgła. Coś, czego Sony nie potrafiło w Jotej normalnie zrobić.
game back to life.
Znaczy mi się wydaje, że oni nie poszli w jedynkę, bo kurwa, no jedynka jest już totalnie przestarzała dzisiaj, no nie daje rady, no nie broni się jedynka. Stary, to wygląda fenomenalnie dobrze. Serio. Powiem wam tak, no przecież na to, o tu, jakby ktoś nakleił na to łatkę Rockstar, to każdy powiedział, o kurwa, nowy Red Dead Redemption, ale to wygląda zajebiście, ale to jest świetne, nie?
rebuilt from the ground up with the latest Anvil
Stary, się
engine
liście
to deliver the
wzbijają.
most thrilling pirate adventure. All right, let's set sail.
Dash my buttons. Your life seems a grand one, if I may say. So full of adventure.
Kurwa.
You play
Patrz, jakie tu są refleksy na włosach. Porównajcie sobie to do Gothic Remake'a. Ja nie wierzę, że ja to mówię, ale stary, to kurwa przepięknie wygląda.
as Captain Edward Kenway, a rebellious scoundrel eager to make a name for himself in the pursuit of glory, freedom, and a search for a better life.
Dobre jest mimika, dobre jest moko. Kurwa, ale stary, jaki to ma przepiękny kontrast. Są fenomenalne kolory. Sposób nawet, jaki tutaj woda przy brzegu się układa. Zobaczcie, jak ona ładnie gradientuje, nie? Nie, to siedzi w chuj dobrze.
Use mates with them pirates down in Nassau.
Shut your bloody...
Zobaczcie, że nawet w takim miejscu gdzieś po prostu ci jakieś pyłki w
Use
tle
mates with
latają,
them
nie?
pirates down in Nassau.
Shut your bloody gob or I'll fill it with shot, you hear me?
Edward, is it?
After crossing paths with the assassins and Templars,
Upscaling chyba jest widoczny, tak mi się wydaje, że obrysy są. No, tutaj coś się widzicie dzieje faktycznie, nie? Z tym obrysem to jest jakiś efekt upscalingu, tak mi się wydaje. Widzicie to? Tak. Jak on się porusza, jest jaśniejsze tło za nim. No to na pewno, szczególnie, że to są włosy. Więc włosy nie mają wektorów przypisanych w silniku, więc dlatego widać tutaj jakiś efekt upscalingu, nie? Ale jest totalna pierdoła.
crossing paths with the assassins and
Patrz, kurwa, jak to się światło nawet od ognia układa.
after crossing
Patrz, tam się coś pali na statku. Zobacz po prostu, jak jest rozświetlony ten kadr, no nie? To nie jest, kurwa, przyświetlone wszystko stary na żółto, jak w jakimś, wiesz, typowym Unrealu, jakaś enotria czy inne gówno Souls-like'owe, tylko normalnie po prostu część jego jest przepięknie doświetlona. Nie no, kurwa, szapowa, stary. Ubisoft potrafi.
paths with the assassins and Templars, Edward is drawn into
Nie, no,
their
te kolory,
centuries-old conflict
klasa, chuj.
with secret locations and legendary treasures at stake.
Kurwa, ale detal nawet na twarzy, patrz na brwi, jak tu są zarysowane. Wąsy, broda, stary, to jest przepiękne. To się czasem pierdoli. Zobaczcie, na poprzednim kadrze też było widoczne i tutaj też niektóre obiekty tak jakby nie były w pełni załadowane. Jest takie zamglone to w kilku miejscach i nie wiem, o co chodzi. Pewnie dlatego, że to jest jakiś obiekt imitujący szkło i dlatego silnik się gdzieś jakoś pogubił. Jest, ten depth of field, no, to jest dokładnie to raczej, ale to kurwa, stary, to jest tam jedyna rzecz.
Along the way, he joined
On ma 3 palce, żeby mi się wydawało.
and legendary treasures at stake.
Nie, ma tam schowany jeden, to dziwny. jak wygląda
Along the
to.
way, he joins forces with infamous pirates such as Anne Bonny, Charles Vane, and Blackbeard. With them, he helps establish a short-lived, lawless republic following the pirate code and defying empires built on cruelty and greed. Together, in their search for freedom, power, and riches, they'll fight across a treacherous tropical paradise, from dangerous waters to dense jungles, untamed lands and
Ciekawy
bustling
jestem, jak oni
historical
gameplayowo to
cities.
obserwują. To jest remake od zera. Jak oni to będą próbowali
From the
unowocześnić?
grandeur of Havana, the thriving and wealthy jewel of the Caribbean ruled by Templars.
Stary, ja szukam, do czego tu się
Bureau
można
of Havana.
dojebać. Ta postać delikatnie sunie. Ale to jest tyle, nie? To jest przesycone detalem i szczegółem. Fenomenalne są cienie, bardzo ładny kontrast, dobry color grading, wysokiej jakości siatki, modele, tekstury też są, wiecie, tutaj no, to jest full profeska. Chuja tam nie prześwietlone, odpowiednio to jest prześwietlone. Kurwa, byłeś na zewnątrz kiedyś? Tak to wygląda czasami. Nie jest prześwietlone. W mocnym takim słońcu w niektórych punktach faktycznie, czasami realistycznie tak się prześwietlają momenty. Jakby to było prześwietlone, tak jak w Unrealu, to jakby było wszędzie tak jak tutaj, to jasne, mógłbym się zgodzić, ale zobacz, że w tym miejscu to nie jest prześwietlone, w tym miejscu to nie jest prześwietlone, no nie? Nie, kurwa.
A thriving and wealthy
Nie kupowałem
jewel of the
Ubisoftu.
Caribbean ruled by Templars, to Kingston's bustling trade.
Ale patrz, nawet
Wealthy
jak
jewel
masz
of the
siatkę,
Caribbean ruled
Ciekawe, czy to jest na sprite'ach 2D robione, czy to ma, czy to też ma siatkę. Nie, to wygląda jak 3D, stary. Nawet takie pierdoły, nie? Mają porobione siatki dodatkowe, a nie zrobione to na tych, wiesz, takich, nie wiem jak się to nazywa, to są takie meszy 2D, co się wrzuca do modelu i na nią dajesz transparentny element 2D, nie? Takiego sprite'a. Nie wygląda mi to, jakby to było 2D zrobione, nie?
By Templars to Kingston's bustling.
Słuchajcie, ja chwalę Ubisoft, ale ja nie jestem takim madmanem, żeby w nich inwestować. Uwierzcie mi, że ja mówię. Ja nie mam nic po Ubisoftie.
Trade Hub and NASA, the beating heart of the
Nie no, kurwa. To, stary, to jest... Jak na to by poleciała łatka Rockstara, to pół internetu by już dupami szczekało, że to jest next gen.
Pirate Republic. Each city offers a distinct atmosphere shaped by opportunity,
To jest NPC-ów, jakie to są interakcje.
The
Okej, no to
Caribbean
jest zrobione
world
na
reaches a
cinematic.
new level of immersion and realism.
To jest właśnie
Powered by
ciekawe.
high
Ile tu
resolution
będzie?
texture,
Stary, a ten oryginał dzisiaj nawet bardzo dobrze wygląda, dobrze się trzyma, nie?
enhanced lighting,
Kurwa, nie no, to... Klasa w chuj.
strikingly detailed environments, and a new dynamic weather system.
O, patrz, jak kolory się dobrze zmieniają w
Even
trakcie
underwater
burzy.
exploration is more expansive, more beautiful, and more perilous than ever before. With seamless access to cities and locations, the world feels truly alive. Creating
Ja
the
symulacji
perfect
świata
backdrop
właśnie
for a
chyba
life
jestem
on the
najbardziej
edge,
ciekawy.
where freedom is earned and danger is never far away. Time to draw swords, lads. The combat system has been entirely reworked into an action-oriented
O
experience.
kurwa.
While wielding dual swords, pistols, and hidden blades,
Jezus, zajebiście wygląda. Okej, no ja wiem, że to jest gra Ubisoftu i to będzie po prostu maszu jeden przycisk, ale jak to wygląda?
the combat system has been
Parowanie,
entirely
hity.
reworked into an action-oriented experience. While wielding dual
Bardzo
swords,
dobrze operują
pistols,
zamrożeniem czasu, nie? To
hidden
slow-mo.
blades. Every move now plays a specific role with faster, more fluid attacks and combos.
Bardzo to jest
Land a perfect
dynamiczne.
parry to open up your target for an instant kill. Then follow with up
Tak
to
w
4
jedynce,
chained
dwójce, nie?
takedowns. Use walls, ledges, and breakables to your advantage.
Dużo elementów interaktywnych.
Keep track of your opponents and use all your tools to level the playing field.
Interfejs też w ogóle fajny.
But fight recklessly, and you will be
Czerwone
punished.
ataki, nieparowalne, piękny styczek Ubisoftu, nienawidzę tego.
Whether you're on the hunt or on the run, mastering your environment is key. As you navigate through cities and jungles, you'll experience
Zobaczcie, jak
smooth and
zachowuje
improved
się
iconic
jego
parkour
ubranie w
moves.
trakcie tego
From
parkouru.
free jumps to back ejects and side ejects
Patrz, a nawet tutaj jak ktoś tak wylądował,
Back
głowę
ejects.
pochylił, nie?
and side ejects. These options offer a range of reactive movements, giving you tighter control, resulting in greater speed and deadlier assassinations. Being a pirate assassin often calls for a subtle approach. With Resynced and its enriched stealth system,
Patrz,
you
jak
can
to
now
świetnie
crouch
w nocy
freely as
wygląda.
part of your toolkit to approach targets.
Więcej elementów skradankowych w pasynie. No, coś sobie się przydało definitywnie.
Tailing and eavesdropping missions have also been revamped. In the original game, getting discovered meant instant desynchronization. Yes, this was a pretty big pain point. We remember. Now, the action continues. Your objectives remain, but your target will react, and you must adapt accordingly.
Okej. Nie masz misji typu kurwa chodź za
All
kimś
these
i
new
poczekasz
interactions offer
objective wejdzie.
multiple ways to succeed and progress in your missions.
Faktycznie nie ma krwi.
Of course. This wouldn't be a real pirate adventure without a ship. Jackdaw.
You named your brig after a poxy bird.
The Jackdaw. What a beauty. Set sail and freely roam the Caribbean. Now equipped with even more firepower, the Jackdaw can conquer the high
Firepower.
seas like never before. With new alternate fire upgrades for every weapon, you now have more power and flexibility to overcome opponents' ships in any situation.
Niezłe, kurwa, niezłe. Ha,
You will
abordaż.
engage in epic battles, boarding parties, and
Coś,
fort
czego w Skull and
raids.
Bones nie było.
All of these are back and as challenging, dangerous, and exciting as ever. To reinforce your crew, 3 brand new officers make their entrance. Lucy Baldwin, the Padre, and Deadman Smith. Each officer has a unique narrative questline that reveals their backstory. Gain their
Papa
trust to
woke.
recruit them to your crew and benefit from their special gameplay abilities. Deadman Smith, for example, unlocks a double shot from broadside weapons.
Dobra.
Explore the Caribbean
Ciekawe,
alongside
ile to
your
będzie
crewmates
kosztowało, jak
and
z
trusty
delfikami
pet.
tu wyjść. Oho, kot
That's
na
right.
morzu.
You can now find a cat or monkey for the jackal.
Małpa! Małpy razem
Engage and
silne.
plunder other vessels. Steer through violent storms, rogue waves. Or just soak up the sun, regaled by shanties new and old.
For the voyage is long and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. Hey!
Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced offers a deeper, more immersive adventure that remains faithful to what players love, while enriching the experience with enhanced gameplay features and fresh quests and storylines, including ones for the officers you met earlier and, just between you and me, new narrative arcs involving our old friends,
Zajebisty
Blackbeard
jest
and
akcent
Steed.
tego narratora.
Defy empires and relive the era's explosive events amidst the ancient war between assassins and Templars in the ultimate pirate fantasy. Gold, infamy, and adventure await. It's time to raise the black flag again.
Nie no, super to wygląda.
With Black Flag Resynced, we set out to reconnect with the heart of Black Flag. From the start, the intention was clear: deliver a faithful and enriched experience grounded in what players loved. We've rebuilt the entire adventure using our latest Anvil engine. Expect fully overhauled visuals, new additions that deepen its world, and enhanced gameplay both on land
Stary
and at sea.
Ubisoft jeszcze
Movement now flows more naturally from one
okaże się,
action
że
to the
zacznie
next,
zarabiać
whether you're
kokosy
doing
na
parkour
silniku.
across rooftops in Havana
Oni są
or fighting on the
właścicielem tego
docks.
Unreal Engine?
Parkour builds on the latest design improvements from recent Assassin's Creed games, while still keeping Edward's classic moves. Combat now offers a more dynamic, swashbuckling experience, driven by precise parries and takedowns. Stealth gets its share of improvements too, and the ability to crouch anywhere. They open up more tactical routes and subtle approaches, letting you shape the adventure the way you want. Naval gameplay also follows the same philosophy and offers more
A
tactical
ktoś ma
options.
twarz
New
spiętą, aż
officers will join your
mi się
crew
to
with
dziwnie
powerful
ogląda.
abilities, while the Jackdaw's weapons can be upgraded with new modes to change up the fight. The sea now plays an active role in how you'll be challenged by the elements. Weather and waves will influence how your ship will handle, while preserving the pace and
Też
freedom
czujecie
players
taki
remember.
niepokój, czy nie?
Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced matters deeply to us and to you. That's why we took the time to rebuild it with the care it deserves. This remains a solo, adventure, and character-driven experience. It is not an RPG. The focus stays on how you play and how you explore the world. And as we develop the game, we organize dedicated workshops with our community. These early player feedbacks played an important role in refining many of these elements. Here's a
Ładne
look at their
słowka,
most
jak
recent
wyjdzie to
visit.
zobaczymy, nie?
Hello everyone,
Paubi.
we are
Tak się
here
w
at
Paubi
the
pracuje.
Ubisoft Singapore studio where we
Singapur.
invited some of our...
Czemu
Hello
oni
everyone, we are here at the Ubisoft
pada
Singapore studio.
wyblurowali? O ty kurwa z odkleja. Wpadł do PS-a, nie? Chyba normalnie ten stycz. Czemu oni go oni mają jakąś kosę? Kurwa z Sony, czy o co chodzi?
Where we invited some of our biggest Assassin's Creed fans to discover the remake of Assassin's Creed Black Flag. They've had the opportunity to meet the devs, try the game, and share their valuable feedback with us. Here's what they had to say.
I still can't believe that I can help the dev team to make the game better and improve it when it finally arrives.
I'm part of that process, and Black Flag is my favorite game, so to be a part of that process is just awesome.
It felt nice to be appreciated
w
in that way,
Singapurze
to
robią?
give direct input about the game.
The feedback with the dev team, they were very open as a dev team to take the criticism, what needs to be fixed, what's great. They even asked us more questions about it. So I love the curiosity that they show us, and it shows that they truly care about what they do.
I'm just really excited to be back, like with the addition of new audio lines, the new dialogue, and the new music.
I'm super excited to actually help improve the staff experience for the game.
I care about this game, this remake. When I heard rumors about this game, I just wanted...
Ubisoft coś bardzo konkretnego tu próbuje zrobić. Zobaczcie, że oni pokazują zamkniętą grupę 15-20 osób, nie? Celem tego jest wytworzenie wiadomości, wysłanie świat. Zobaczcie, jak my małym zespołem robimy gierkę, nie? Kurwa, chujocy, okej, to w Singapurze robią, no nie? To jest na 100% jakoś outsourcowane, ale tutaj tak pokazujemy to, nie? Małym studiem fajnym takim to robimy.
Involved in giving as much effective feedback as possible.
Some of this work came directly from spending time with some of our core players early on. We had them play early builds and sat down with them to gather their honest feedback on the game, tapping into the many things players expect of a Black Flag remake, from gameplay features to visual fidelity.
Nie no, ale...
This helped us refine...
Oni mieli jakieś Ubisoft Singapur? Pokaż. Ubisoft Singapur. Ubisoft Singapur w 2008. Czym się dokładnie zajmował Ubisoft Singapur? Kluczowe produkcje. Skull and Bones, Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed 3, 4, czyli Black Flag, Unity i Immortal Phoenix Rising. A co nie robili w ostatnich... Czyli Skull and Bonesa robili w ostatnich czasach. Okej. A Skull and Bones to on był gameplayowo w ogóle nieprzekminiony, nie?
Find some of our choices along the way. What was interesting was not only to gather that feedback, but to understand why players reacted this way. They were incredibly passionate about Edward, how he moves, how he reads on screen, even the details on his face. That led to deeper conversations. Together we explored different approaches, tested ideas.
Oni pomagali przy tamtych projektach, ale stricte zrobili Skull and Bones.
Challenged assumptions and refined choices until the intent felt right again. The team's passion
i po prostu recyklingują sety ze Skull and Bones, to na pewno.
And commitment have driven every step of this journey.
Ja też mi się wydaje, że nie ma co wpadać w jakąś taką spazmę, no nie? Że robią recycling asetów z Skull and Bones. No, kto z was widział te asety w Skull and Bones? Nikt, no nie? Jak sami je wytworzyli, to ja nie widzę problemu nie widzę problemu to wykorzystać, no nie?
And we can't wait for you to see more of what we've been crafting.
Oh, it really is so good to be back in this world. I believe that Black Flag is one of those pirate adventures that never really left the players' minds. And it's also really special to be here today with some of the people who helped shape the game back then and who are bringing it back now. Jean, you were creative director on the original Black Flag, and Paul, you're the creative director on Resynced, who's leading the vision of this remake today. Now, before we dive into what the game is now, I'd love to go back for a moment. So when you started building Black Flag back in early 2012? 2012. How was the world imagined in the first place? I mean, what were the pillars that were there from day one?
Well, from the very beginning, one of the key central core pillar was fluidity, right? We really wanted a seamless experience, connecting movement, combat, and navigation, all very naturally. And it was the same seamlessness that we were looking for between naval experience and the ground experience, because the other challenges we were facing was to merge actually two fantasies, being a pirate on one side and being an assassin on the other, without any friction. And the
To oni
sea
Black Flag'a
wasn't
zrobili
just an add-on,
chyba
to the
tylko
brand
dlatego, że
experience.
Piraci z
Naval
Karaibów wtedy byli,
gameplay
nie? Na
was really
topie.
a core pillar from day one. We also wanted a world that feels alive, right? Something that would react to the players, always in motion. And it was very compelling to me to see other people like Paul and his team actually to face the same challenges that we did face back in the days. And I think what helped them craft the game was that a lot of people involved in RESCIE today were already part of the game, the original back then.
Paul, so you were already a part of the team back then, right? So, you know, when you come back to a project all these years later, what stayed non-negotiable from the original vision, apart from the fact that, you know, I'm Kenway?
So, Matt, the one thing that was non-negotiable is the original story of Edward Kenway. We have never approached RESCIE as a reinvention. Our goal is to carry John's vision forward. And today, we have much more room to do so since the game is engineered and rebuilt on Ubisoft's latest anvil. It allows us to push dynamism, gameplay, immersion further, while keeping the original vision and story intact.
And you mentioned before how collaborative the original game was. And can you talk about that, especially with Singapore?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a absolutely team effort back in the time. And I remember actually in 2012, when we first came here in Singapore, meeting Paul and the team to do what we call the blueprint, you know, this week of hard work where the game really emerged from the preparatory work. And Montreal worked very closely with Singapore. Singapore built key parts of Black Flag. The naval gameplay was built on top of the Assassin's Creed 3 naval tech that was developed, you know, in some specific missions. But you were also behind a lot of places, locations, and gameplays, you know, like caves, underwater gameplay, forts, ships, and some major missions like the E3 demo that you worked on.
That's right. Right. So there seems to be like a real sense of continuity here, you know, not just in the game, but in the people making it. You know, one thing that really shaped Black Flag for me was how dynamic the scenes felt coming back to it for Resynced and shooting the mocap scenes in Toronto. The scenes just felt so dynamic, like the original game. And Jean, what was the intention back then, you know, when it came to all the cinematics?
So from the start, and it was a lot of discussion with Kama, the animation director back then, we really wanted the scenes to feel alive. You know, we wanted characters moving, interrupting each other, exchanging objects, you know, and reacting physically. And that sense of movement was really part of the game's identity, I feel.
Right. And when you rebuild a game like this, I guess that becomes a huge challenge, right, Paul? And how did you keep the spirit whilst trying to push it further with all of today's amazing technology?
Well, there are many ways, but to carry on the spirit of Black Flag, we always remembered one thing: to rebuild the game with the original pillars in mind. John's pillars and the original core team's pillars. But the most important thing was the story. Every single small moment in the game had to be rebuilt and crafted. And it took a lot of handcrafting, especially the facial animations. But that's important because that's the soul of the game.
That you men are the pariahs of Charlestown, and I would profit better by using your organs for chum and your bones.
70 zł w Ubi Day One. Jest, oni to znowu robią. Oni nie nauczyli się lekcji, że im Ubi-One ubiło firmę. 190 zł na Instant Gaming. No ale no, czy to jest gra, do której chcesz wrócić, czy ją chcesz posiadać na Steamie? To jest pytanie. To chyba lepiej ją, kurwa, kupić w Ubi-One. I oni znowu ubiją firmę w taki sposób, że 3 miliony osób tego doświadczy, tylko 2,5 miliona subskrypcji Ubisoftu, z której oni dostaną 1/3 siana. Bonus przy sprzedaży, skinek, edycja deluxe, skinki. Ciekawe, ile będzie dodatkowych skinów, ile oni tu pierdolą, nie? Dodaj do listy życzeń. Pomagam Ubisoftowi.
By Christ!
And, you know, when you add new things to a game that people really know off by heart and they know it so well, the fear is always that the people might notice the seams, right? Jean, when you played it, what did you feel?
Well, actually, I felt like playing Black Flag,
Ty bez
and
kitu,
not
patrz.
even
Też
noticing
zyskał
where the
unikatowe
original
atuty.
end was
Klasyczek.
ending and when the new content that Paul and the team wrote
Wait,
was
win
starting.
singlu, no jak?
And this is something really
Kiedyś się
important.
kody
That
wpisywało.
continuity
Dzisiaj
is
kod do
very
karty
much essential.
dajesz.
You know, Jean, whenever we wanted to change or add something, we would always question ourselves, does this belong here? Would Edward do this? Would John get upset? And if the answer wasn't clear, we simply wouldn't do it. However, as we all know, no remake is complete without additional content. So we have added brand new chapters and brand new missions to the game, including a brand new scene with Edward's wife, Caroline, that's written by Darby himself.
Yeah, I remember playing it. Jean, so like there's something, I don't know, there's something deeper in Black Flag than just like pirate freedom, you know, and it's closely tied to the character of Edward.
Yes, absolutely. We really wanted to send a message also saying that freedom without structure doesn't lead you anywhere, right? And Edward's arc reflects that. He thinks everything will be granted, you know, that's the good life, plundering, etc. But then in the end, you realize that you lost all your friends. Yeah. Right? And so this is very important because he grows into someone that understands his own responsibilities and that makes him, like you said, very human.
Yeah. And that's exactly what I really leaned into coming back to the character after, you know, more than a decade. You know, it's the same Edward, but there seemed to be like, for me personally, you know, from the scenes that were written kind of, as I said, more dynamism, but also there's a certain kind of weight to Edward's journey, you know? I guess that with Black Flag Resync, there are some really kind of important decisions to make, right, Paul? And how did you approach those?
So, Matt, with Resync, we made a clear choice.
Miło widzieć, że
It's a
małe
pure
studia
story-driven adventure,
tym samym pracują
and
nad
we are fully
projektami,
focused
no.
on Edward's adventures in the Caribbean. As a result of this focus, we have elected to not have the multiplayer and not have the DLC. However, Resync is built from the ground up with new story, new content, and new systems. But we're staying true to its action-adventure roots. Resynced is a 2026 take on the original legend. And for those of us who are curious, the original will still be available.
już.
And Jean, so
praktycznie, nie? Jak
the
to
modern
wychodzi
day,
6
right, that
lipca?
played a really specific role in Black Flag when it was released. And so can you explain how it fit the franchise back then?
So, you know, back then
Też
in
myślałem, że to jest
2013,
masuka, no.
the present day reflected where the franchise was at. It was a transition moment, especially with Desmond's story and what it meant at the time. But now with Resync, I think there were some changes were needed.
That's right. Today, the modern day has evolved. For Black Flag Resynced, we have approached it in a way that focuses on Edward's journey while still connecting his memories to the Animus. The modern day rifts in Black Flag Resync will feature new moments that focus on Edward's internal struggles.
There's also something about Black Flag that I feel that, I don't know, people still crave what the game brought, you know?
You know what? I think it's because it's a game full of light.
Yeah.
Yes, there is danger and violence, but everything takes place under the bright Caribbean sky, you know? Palm trees, seas, movement. It's very generous in a sense. And that sense of escapism has always been part of the game, and I feel it's very relevant in 2026.
Yeah, totally. And the other thing that the people, I feel, never forget, and certainly I never had, is the music.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt. It's the music. Especially the sea shanties.
Chyba nic konkretnego nie będzie, nie?
I'm back in the Assassin's Creed franchise. This time for Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. You know, the world of Assassin's Creed has been very important for me and very linked to my career. It started like 15 years ago or something. And this time, I'm very excited about what we've done. I know that Assassin's Creed Black Flag is a game that's very important to all of you. It's a game about escapism, about rebellion, about exploration. And these are themes that are very, very important.
Dobra, tam nic konkretnego.
Yeah, absolutely. This game means a lot to me.
Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced Collector's Edition. It's so awesome.
Nie, dobra, Ubi, to ja wam tak posmarowałem teraz, że ja chyba wyjazdu do Disneylandu nie dostanę, ale kurwa taką kolekcjonerkę to ja powinien mieć kurwa jutro na chacie, stary, nie?
Inside is a really stunningly well-crafted figurine of Edward Kenway sitting there, slouched like
like me, really. And he looks really cool, and it's crafted really well. And inside, there's a notebook with all of like Kenway's diary entries and journeys about all of his adventures. And there's also a brooch and a cloth map, and then some goodies in there for everyone. So this one is really cool. It's the first time I've seen it today. And if you guys like it, then you're gonna have to get your own, because this one's mine.
You deserve it.
Thank you. No,
You're
but-
welcome to take it.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. We can't wait for you to live or relive this thrilling pirate adventure with Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced that will launch on July 9th, 2026. I just want to say thank you for all being with us today, and we cannot wait for you to experience it yourselves. Cheers.
No dobra. Nie no, ja jestem zszokowany, bo to zapowiada się, stary, aż za dobrze. Aż za dobrze się to zapowiada. Czuję taki pozytywny posmak, oglądając prezentację Ubisoftu. Ale kurwa, to ile to w ogóle wygenerowało wyświetleń, no nie? I kurde, no, nieźle, nic. Czekamy. Słuchajcie, będzie stream z tego, nie? Na pewno. Czy serio mnie kupuje takie korporacyjne pierdolenie? Tak, no, jestem znany z tego, że mnie to zazwyczaj kupuje, nie? Nie no, pokazali gameplay dobrze wygląda moim zdaniem i tyle, nie? I tyle.